After 19 years of marriage, we almost signed the divorce papers. For 3 months, we lived in different homes. No calls, no messages. I thought it was over, but something happened that changed everything, and it might save your relationship too. I'll try my best not to cry, but yes, if you are married, struggling or wondering if love can survive real pain, then this is for you. I'm Liana Uresina. I'm a numerologist and the master of subconscious mind that helps you to achieve your full potential. And by the end of this YouTube video, you will know exactly what almost tore us apart and what brought us back stronger. I believe that some marriages break because people don't talk about real stuff. I believe that in the marriages, people stay silent and they don't show their emotions, they don't show their pain, they don't speak about real stuff because we are so busy taking care of the groceries, taking care of the home, taking care of the businesses, taking care of the kids, and we forget about ourselves. This is exactly what happened between me and my husband. You know, at one moment I realized that we became as roommates. We spoke about the kids, about their dances, soccer, except ourselves. And this is what brought us to the point where one day I realized I don't want to be next to this man anymore. I don't want to spend the rest of my life with this man. And not because I didn't love him, but just because I saw and I knew that I want to have a happy, healthy, and fulfilled marriage. 18 years ago, I met my husband when I went to my first vacation. I didn't expect to date anyone. I just wanted to spend a nice time with my girlfriends. And here we were. We fell in love with each other. So long distance relationship started. And you know, when you start relationship, you have this illusion, how great he is, how great I am, you know, pink glasses, butterflies. It was really wonderful. I decided to move to my husband. And then here we are. I am from Latvia, he is from Turkey, with the different cultures, different religions, different languages, different understanding about the world. And when we came together, then the real journey started. We built a successful business, 12 restaurant chain. Things started shifting. Distance, stress, career, kids, unspoken resentment. And slowly, our connection faded. At the end of the day, we couldn't communicate. We couldn't understand each other. There were even times when for 3 months we didn't speak, when for 3 months we were sleeping in the separate rooms. Can you imagine that? What the kids were thinking back then. And one day, Layla, my daughter, I don't remember, she was like 5, and she was asking me, "Mommy, why Daddy is sleeping in another room?" And I said, "Darling, I don't know, but I know that this is not right." And this was the turning point for me, that I need to start working on myself. And the main thing why I made this decision is because my mentor asked me this question: if you would know that in a year, in a month, you will meet somebody who will cherish you, who will honor you, who will respect you, with whom you will be growing and developing together, where you're gonna have this close connection, would you leave this man? And the answer was yes. And one night, I invited him to the restaurant. I was scared, you know, I remember my hands were wet. I was in this beautiful restaurant by the lake. The servers were in the white gloves. And here I was. I said, "I think it's over." He said, "What do you mean it's over?" "I cannot live like that anymore." And here he was, alpha male, sitting there with a pride, saying, "Okay, if you want like that, then it's over." It was the hardest night in my life. I went to sleep with the kids, and I heard at 11 o'clock how he was packing his luggage. And that was the moment when I realized that actually I know that I'm doing right. Yes, at this point it was really hard. Yes, at this point I was feeling scared because how I gonna take care of all the household? How I gonna take care of all the duties alone by myself? I woke up in the next day, my eyes were swollen, puffy. I was exhausted. I didn't sleep the whole night. I don't know, I maybe woke up like 100 times, and I was alone. In these 3 months, I cried more than I have cried for years. But I knew that I'm not doing this for this moment, I'm doing this for the future. The only thought that was going through my mind was, Liana, focus on what do you want. So you may be asking what I was doing. Actually, still I had sleepless night. I was living in fear. I was many times doubting, why would I leave such a wonderful man? But deeply inside I knew we lost the love and I cannot continue that way. I started this journey. I started to hire the people, listening online courses, reading all the books you can ever imagine just to find the answer. I knew that the only key I had working on myself, working on my mindset, and understanding how does man think, how does woman think, and how we can connect this all together. So when I started to study, I realized that actually all the patterns that my mother was building in her marriage, unconsciously I just adopted in my marriage. So I took the lead, I was controlling my man, I was competing with him, I never honored him, I never respected him. It was all about my comfort, and actually it was about my fear to lose the control. It was about my belief that I cannot trust men. If I don't heal my relationship with the father, how I can heal the relationship with other men? And actually, my husband was amazing. He was taking the lead of the family. He was taking responsibility, but I didn't let him because I was afraid. What if he's gonna become the same as my father? Then I started to work on my self-worth, because the woman who feels worthy, she will never let men treat her badly. And long story short, we started to connect again with my husband. What was interesting enough, that he was also doing his healing work. Every day, every night, he was working on himself. He started to work with a mentor. He hired a relationship coach, because for him to lose the family, to lose the woman that he really loved, to lose his kids was a complete disaster. And I truly believe that it was a God's will that connected us together. At the beginning, I wasn't believing that he has changed, but I love this man so much, and I wanted that my kids has his father. So I gave it a chance, and it was a surprise. He had changed for 180%. Maybe because it was about him, but maybe because I changed for 180%. And here is a real truth that I want you to keep in mind. You attract exactly what you deserve at that time. Please don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm saying that you deserve to attract narcissists, somebody who is beating you up, or somebody who is stingy. Not at all. But what I'm saying is, if you don't change, if you don't work on yourself, if you don't change the way you think, the way you treat your father, the way you see your father, the way you see your mother, if you are not working on your self-worth, if you are not understanding how to make men motivated to take care of you, to buy presents, to do something more than just living together, you will never attract somebody who is gonna do that. And right now, I can tell you I have never been happier. We have a deep, meaningful conversations. We are growing and learning together. We are really making sure that we listen to each other. We are never ever sleeping separately. When we are fighting, we are just speaking respectfully and trying to understand how does that work. But what is the most important? My man finally feels motivated. He feels respected. He feels honored. And because of that he feels so good, he wants to give me more. I started to show that he is the number one for me. It's not the same marriage, it's a new one with the same person. And if you want to know deeply and understand what did we do, what did I change, what did I understand about my man, then I invite you to my 2-day webinar where I will be sharing all the story, what shifted, what changed, and how we became together so strong, with love, with respect, and with such a beautiful future.